Cozmo is a little robotic character. He's quirky, a little mischievous. Today he's a little bit grumpy. You take him, you put him on his side. Not happy about that. When this little guy turns to you and looks up at your face and then he gets excited and says your name because he recognized you, like you get goosebumps. Hey, Cozmo. And all of that goes towards forming this bond so that if you ever do something that intentionally or unintentionally hurts Cozmo, you feel a little bit guilty as a result.
Our brain works with these kinds of very quick pattern recognition, and there's no time to stop and say, but wait, that's metal and wires. I think it's important that we be prepared to have quite strong, complex emotional responses to these robots and to be able to step back and reflect and ask ourselves, why am I having these feelings?
Our goal is to have Cozmo become a friend. People's natural inclination is to want to ascribe autonomy and kind of a personality to the characters that they encounter, and we use this really deeply to our advantage.
The emotional responses that we already developed to the robots that exist now are just the tip of the iceberg.
I'm here, Mommy.
They are going to be entering our lives in so many more contexts than we're prepared for.
Every little piece of your life will have some kind of robotics technology embedded in it in the relatively near future. We're starting to see some really interesting psychological reactions people have to even very simple machines. When these machines get more complex, we're going to see a big change in how people interact with machines.
They call me Ginger the Robot. This here is my programmer, Heather Knight.
People always think that robots are going to help us do things. I think that's completely wrong. They're going to be a lot of trouble. I don't necessarily want people to love robots, but I definitely want them to not hate robots.
Don't touch me.
My research is about the human-machine interface and trying to think about when there is a role for machines to be charismatic. One of the projects that we've been looking at is a robotic trash can. It goes up to people and does a little shake and goes on to the next person and does it again. And it's been really interesting to see how people treat that robot. A previous study found that people would sometimes actually feel guilty if they didn't have anything to throw into the trash can. Designing a good social interface on a robot isn't just frosting on the cake. It's the part that allows these robots to have any chance of operating at all.
This is a huge, huge step forward because we're learning so much about how people treat robots. People end up bonding with Cozmo in the way that you never would with a normal machine.
The robots, at the end of the day, can't be harmed by our relationships with them. But I think the truly important question is how our relationships with robots will change us.